Part 2, and this is exactly why I tell you guys to learn your bus learn your bus history. I'm not perfect, but really, as much as you can, try to learn your bus history. So basically, friend told them, if you're going by this mentality, it is not more beneficial to split them apart into bidirectional short working trips or down route. And then he comes up with this bullshit that like, oh, the current 63 was formed from integrating the original 63 Macpherson terminal to Jalan Rumah Tinggi, which is not wrong, with eunos feeder. When the Excuse me? Excuse me? I didn't even see this! He had the audacity to actually say this. He wants to do all the like rapid bus feeder integration bullshit when he can't even get his history right. Do you guys see how bullshit this is? 382 looped at a place called Ubi Road 3. It wasn't even Circuit Road, for fuck's sake. It's Ubi Road 3. He's like, when the original Circuit Road terminal closed. I mean, macpherson terminal, whatever you call it. It's not important in this case, but again, what he's missing out on is that it didn't happen immediately. So my friend said more flexible scheduling, which is okay. Then whoever's planning the network had pretty serious blind spots, because the arrangement worked when 63 was bidirectional between Jalan Rumah Tinggi terminal and Circuit Road terminal, which is macpherson. Okay, but 63's history, there was like a Gen 1 and then a Gen 2. Like the whole history is like actually a little bit complicated. There was like 62 and 63. And then there were like obviously many different iterations of the route that I'm not gonna go into detail. You could go to SGWiki, you could go to wherever, just research yourself. And then when they fell apart when they kind of destroyed both simultaneously. And then he's saying that like what JRT terminal, Jalan Rumah Tinggi terminal became obsolete when 63 merged with 382. I think this part is not wrong. But then what happened was that one of the more level-headed members of that server, by the way, these were not from me. If they were from me, you would see Japan time. You would see 8:36 p.m. But no, this is not from me. So he was like, no. Basically, he was saying, Bukit Merah, loop at Circuit Road. Rumah Tinggi, loop at Circuit Road. Eunos, loop at Jalan Rumah Tinggi. So the whole macpherson thing, the whole macpherson terminal thingy, I think that was referring to the old service 62 and not 63. So yeah. He kindly plucked out the entire history from SGWiki. You can just check SGWiki from that. But yeah, I mean, you can just go to SGWiki's history of buses page, or you can go to LTG's depending on which one you want. So the information is out there. And then he was kind of shocked. And then now he's complaining about how it takes 33 minutes from Ang Mo Kio East, which is like Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3, to Ngee Ann Poly by 74. Which is not a surprise. I mean, here's the thing. There are traffic lights at Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3. And it's just normal. There are traffic lights at Ang Mo Kio Avenue 6. Right now there's like construction going on. There's construction at Marymount going on as well. So obviously 74 will be delayed. And then if 74 just happens to run into the Adam Road PIE jam, you know, that slip road, if there happens to be congestion here, obviously 74 will be delayed. And if you're thinking, why not let's put bus-only lanes at Bukit Timah Road? I mean, there is some attempt to separate the traffic between the cars turning into or coming out from the minor roads, like the small roads. It's like there is this like barricade whereby there's like the left lanes and then the right lanes. The right lanes, it's kind of the like express lane, and then the buses all travel on the left side of the lane. But keep in mind that you can't just put a bus only lane there simply because like the cars have to use that, the private vehicles have to use that lane to turn in and out of the small roads that link to Bukit Timah Road. And then there's like a lot of small roads. So At the very least, there is like some attempt to like separate the traffic a little bit. I mean, there's really nothing that can be done about Bukit Timah, and 74 has to take Bukit Timah. If it takes PIE, obviously it's going to be much slower because you know what happens to 52, right? So, again, I don't understand why he's complaining about it taking so long from Ang Mo Kio to to Ngee Ann Poly when... Come on guys, in the future, you really want it fast, just goddamn walk to King Albert Park and then just take the fucking Cross Island line. If you want it fast. But if you want a more direct ride to your doorstep, like to wherever your house is, or to transfer to another bus. If you want direct, if your destination is nearer to the bus stop as compared to like it being nearer to CRL Ang Mo Kio or CRL Tavistock, Serangoon North, whatever you call it. If you want doorstep, if you want to get to a bus stop, you take the bus. If you want fast, you take MRT. Again, I'm not saying one option is better than the other, but just tolerate it for like a few years and then you have the option, you have the fast option and you have the more direct, even though it's like slower option. So I don't know why he's complaining about like really trivial thing. It's not like he's rushing or anything. It's just, I mean, there are other buses that you can take besides 74, right? Nobody's forcing you to take like 74. And if you're going like northbound, you can take 52. Southbound, southwestbound, I don't recommend you taking 52 because of PIE Adam, but you want fast, you take 52. But yeah. Oh my god. The more concerning thing is that you have somebody who doesn't even know your bus history well trying to like reorganize the entire bus network and saying, rapid this, feeder integrate this and this. They don't even understand like what 382's route was and what 63's route was. I mean, even before having this like conversation, I already knew that like 63 used to be Rumah Tinggi Terminal to Circuit Road Loop. Okay, like it was a loop at that time. It wasn't even bidirectional. So I don't even get where he's coming with like the whole bidirect. He's like complaining about something that's non-existent. At least there are efforts to like, you know, make it so that 63 is bidirectional and then they did nothing to 63M. They didn't even touch it or anything. And 63M nowadays is pretty much an extended version of 382. It doesn't loop at Ubi Road 3. It actually loops at Circuit Road. And I've already explained in the previous video, but this is why, man. How could a leader of your own self-proclaimed caliber mess up something as basic as 63 and 382? Like, I didn't even make this up. He literally put there eunos to Circuit Road when it's eunos to Ubi Road 3 loop. And if anything, this just goes to show that 63M is literally an enhancement of 382. And why is it an enhancement? The route is longer. And it's a trunk route because I think Paya Lebar Road is basically the boundary of like the eunos planning zone. When you cross that boundary, 63M has to be a trunk service, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there is like 131M, there is like 139M and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with it. So I don't get why he's even complaining. He's like complaining for the sake of complaining that buses aren't rapid, buses aren't feeder integrated, complaining the lack of like bus priority, bus only lanes, and complaining about like, why Singaporeans love their cars so much. You want to teach people, get the info correct first. I'm not expecting you guys to be perfect, but it's like, if you want to be so vehemently against something, you gotta get the facts right in the first place. If not, don't even talk. I myself don't know. You see, like, I'm not good at memorizing Jurong Industrial Services, and I don't exactly know like the demand patterns, but I just know roughly it's between Joo Koon and the industrial estates, right? But it's like, I don't know the JIS well enough to even be able to like comment or like to comment on it, or like, I don't even know JIS services in general well enough to say, oh, I want to reroute this bus to this area, reroute this bus to that area. No, I just shut up. If you don't know something, it's fine. It's completely fine to admit that you don't know something rather than pretend that, oh, you know something, like eunos to circuit road when it's not even correct in the first place. Granted, we all make mistakes. It's fine. I also make mistakes, like live on camera or like off camera as well. It's completely fine, but it's just really a mismatch between, oh, him self-proclaiming that, oh, he has a lot of caliber, he understands a lot about bus planning, and then his delusional supporters supporting him and stuff like that. It's just a mismatch between that and what he actually says.